Welcome to Rabbit Hole Cafe, where we brew deep conversations for curious minds. I'm your host, and today we're diving into the art of mastering trend lines, specifically through the lens of, well, strategic Nvidia trading. Before we begin, just a quick but important note. I'm not a financial advisor, and this podcast is really just for informational and entertainment purposes. Nothing you hear should be taken as investment advice. Please do your own research or talk to a licensed financial professional before making any financial decisions. All right, let's get into it. We're looking at a pretty fascinating personal account today, a real-world application of technical analysis.
Yeah, and what makes this source quite compelling is the person behind it. This isn't just theory. We're talking about someone with, get this, 2 master's degrees in computer science, a constant reader, manages their own money.
Okay, so definitely brings some serious analytical background to the table.
Absolutely. And they recently had this really illustrative swing trade on Nvidia, entered at $104, exited cleanly at $142. Their words were, a clean move, no noise, just structure. That kind of sums up the approach.
A clean move, no noise, just structure.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, let's unpack this. How does this approach to trend lines actually work? It sounds, I don't know, very specific.
It is extremely specific. The foundational rule is pretty neat, actually. They only use the Ray tool in their charting software.
The Ray tool, okay. The one that extends out.
Exactly. It projects forward. And the critical principle is this. The second ankle point of each ray becomes the first point of the next ray.
Like connecting them end to end.
Precisely. As long as it doesn't intersect a candle, that's the key constraint. No cutting through price bars.
Right.
The whole philosophy is don't force lines through price, let price show you where to draw. It's about finding that clean structure, letting the market dictate the lines.
So you're really mapping the absolute edge of the price action, creating this like unbroken chain.
Yes. That's interesting. How does that play out across different market speeds, weekly versus daily versus faster charts? Good question. It scales really nicely, actually. They start big on the weekly chart. They look for major higher lows to establish what they call the base trend line.
The main underlying trend.
Exactly. And they talk about this in terms of momentum geometry.
Yeah.
It's not just connecting dots. It's about understanding the physics of the trend's energy, if you will.
Momentum geometry.
Then they take that same logic down to the daily chart. The slope might get steeper, price moves faster.
Sure.
But every single ray still connects valid swing points that respect that underlying trend. It maintains that structural integrity.
I see. And then faster again, like the 4-hour.
Yeah. And on the 4-hour, things get noticeably tighter. The lines move faster, reflecting more noise or smaller swings. But the method, the core rule, stays the same. No candle breaks. Every ray is born from the last one.
So you're seeing the trend accelerate and compress, maybe?
That's exactly it. You're observing trend acceleration and compression, but the lines are still mapping it precisely without, forcing anything.
Got it. Okay, bringing it back to the NVIDIA example specifically then. Sounds like this method gives really clear signals. What are they seeing right now? Near decision time, you mentioned.
That's right. According to their latest look, NVIDIA is, quote, riding the upper rail of my fastest channel.
Okay, pushing the upper boundary.
Yeah. And critically, they note that volume is fading. That often signals exhaustion. So yeah, near decision time seems accurate. They've laid out 2 clear scenarios based on these lines. First, if the price breaks below $158, and importantly, does so with volume.
Confirmation.
Right. Then they'd consider a short position. First target around $150, maybe then $140 if it keeps falling.
In the other scenario, if it goes up?
If it breaks above $172.50 and actually holds above that level, they just step back.
Step back, not jump in.
Nope. They explicitly say, no FOMO, no chasing. They'd wait for the structure to reset.
Wait for new clear lines to form based on the rules.
Exactly. Let the market show its hand again before jumping in. It speaks volumes about the discipline involved.
It really does. That no FOMO, waiting for structure. So, stepping back a bit, what's the bigger takeaway here? The underlying philosophy driving this?
Well, I think it really boils down to trading with extreme objectivity. Their philosophy is not by emotion, not by hope, but by lines, slope, and silence between the candles.
Lines, slope, and silence. Powerful.
Isn't it? By sticking rigidly to these rules, how the lines are drawn, where they connect, it strips out guesswork, it strips out hope, it strips out fear. You're forced to trade what the chart actually shows you. It's data-driven.
A very disciplined, almost mechanical way to approach it, but based on observing the market's own geometry.
Precisely. It cultivates patience because you're waiting for your setup, defined by your lines.
That idea of letting the data, the lines and slopes, guide the way. It makes you wonder, how could that concept, that momentum geometry, apply beyond just trading? Think about it. Could applying such a structured, rule-based way of looking at things help cut through the noise and find clarity in, complex project data, or managing information overload, or even just making clearer decisions in your own work or life, finding structure in the chaos? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me at Rabbit Hole Cafe. I hope today's exploration sparks some new insights into technical analysis and trading strategy. Just a final reminder, this deep dive does not constitute financial advice, and any trades or investment decisions you make are entirely your responsibility. If you enjoyed this journey down the rabbit hole, be sure to subscribe and maybe share it with someone who loves learning as much as you do. Until next time, stay curious always.